So then guys, I've got you big news here. I've actually discovered that the next generation of the iPhone SE is definitely going to be called the iPhone 16e, with the leak that I have found today just scanning around on Amazon. And let me show you this today, and also let me tell you some more details too about the upcoming iPhone 16e. And also we've had news from Tim Cook himself telling us that a brand new Apple product is coming this week on February 19th. And I want to say all the details about this, and I also want to give you the final review of leaks and rumors that we all know about for the new iPhone SE 4, or like I said, the iPhone 16e. So first of all, let me show you what I've discovered on Amazon, and it's quite interesting what I found here. So the process is quite simple. All you have to do is just go to Amazon, and then you just have to type in the top here, just type in ESR, for example, and if I type in iPhone 16, and get that to come up, and then if we just scroll down here to this case here, what's the iPhone 16 normal case, click onto it. This is the military grade protection one. If I click onto this, I let this page just load here, and you can see here there's nothing like at the top of affiliates or anything like that. It's quite simple. You have to click on the drop down here, and you can see it says iPhone SE 2025. Now I did say iPhone 16e, but when you click on it, look what happens here when everything changes. If I go to the black option, suddenly what happens is it changes all the information that this is called the iPhone 16e. So you can see here, iPhone 16e, it's got all the details telling us that this is what it's going to be all about. It's also showing us the design of what this new phone case is going to be like for the phone. So you can see we have got a notch here. We can also see that we do have the camera here and also got the flash next to it. But it's quite interesting that, you know, all this information is available on Amazon right now. And if I scroll down, obviously you can see it says only for the iPhone 16e here and everything. So yeah, it's really interesting that we've actually got these details, and this leak here, like I said, you can follow these steps yourself, that you can find out that the next iPhone is definitely going to be called the iPhone 16e. And this is quite interesting because look what we got here from Apple. As you can see right here, this is actually from Tim Cook himself. He actually publishes to X. And as you can see, we've got this picture here of the Apple logo, what's in this sort of white sort of circle sort of pulsing here. But the text that he's actually written here on X is actually, "Get ready to meet the newest member of the family." And this indicates to me that either a brand new product is coming or the potential that a renaming of a product is coming. And most likely it is looking towards that it's going to be the iPhone 16e, or like I said, the iPhone SE 4th generation. And at the end of the day, this does make a lot of sense here with this new saying that there's going to be a new member of the family coming along from Apple. And also that we've been hearing from Mark Gurman now saying that we were going to be getting a new sort of iPhone SE kind of model, the new 16e, this week, but obviously that's never happened, and now it looks like it's going to be next week that we're going to get a product, and that the iPhone sort of SE or 16e is ready to go and ready to launch. So this does make a lot of sense now that this announcement of this product is happening next week on February the 19th. But with that, you're probably also wanting to know, well, what new features are going to come with this new iPhone? Well, we've been hearing a lot. And especially I'd say the first thing is that the actual design of this iPhone is going to change quite a lot from the current SE model that we have right now. This here is the current iPhone SE, and this is going to be completely ditched, this design. This design comes from an iPhone 8, is what essentially it's based on. And we're going to be completely changing now to an iPhone 14 design. And just before you say, well, maybe it might be, say, an iPhone 13 mini design, iPhone 12 mini design, do remember what the leak said from Tim Cook, that we have a new member of the family, not new members of the family. So really, I don't think a mini iPhone is coming, sadly. And like I have said in the past, an SE model, you know, doesn't essentially mean that it's going to be a mini iPhone. It just so happens in the past that, say, the older iPhones that are being used, they have been smaller than the current ones. Maybe this is a good reason why Apple have actually even changing it to the iPhone 16e, to make you think that, you know, it's not going to be anything to do with sizing and separate all of those issues there. So this could be the potential reason why this is actually happening. But the main thing is, like I said, it's going to be based on iPhone 14 design, the normal one, and then also one of the key differences on the rear compared to an iPhone 14, we won't have dual camera setup. We won't have an ultra wide ultra-wide and a wide sensor, it's most likely will just have a wide sensor on the rear. And before that disappoints you, the good news is that most likely this is going to be the 48 megapixel sensor that we have right now in, say, the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus. So this is going to be really great news to hear, that you'll be able to probably do that sort of 2x zoom capability with that. And also, obviously, the pictures are going to be far more clearer, because at the end of the day, we still just got a bog standard 12 megapixel in the current iPhone SE, what has never changed since the iPhone 8. But the only difference is obviously the chip, where we had the A13, then the A15, actually changed the photos a little bit there. But to get a brand new sensor and the most up-to-date sensor, this is fantastic news to actually hear. The other great things that we've heard about for this new iPhone SE is that the actual screen on the front is going to be a 6.1-inch display, what is really, really great news to hear. And also that it's going to be an OLED display. Now, do not expect to get a Pro Motion display up to 120 Hertz, you know, like the Pro range phones. At the end of the day, if the normal iPhone 16 and 16 Plus have this, or don't have this, you know, I cannot imagine the budget iPhone to have this. So do expect it to be an OLED display, but it to be 60 Hertz with that. The other thing as well is that it's kind of in the middle here. We're not too sure at the moment if we're going to get a notch screen or we're actually going to get dynamic island. I think we'll just have to wait for the actual release here, what Apple actually going to do this. With the iPhone 14 normal, do remember, and the iPhone 14 Plus, we did actually still have the notch, and that was retained. Apple could just be using that same display all over again. They might not actually upgrade it to actually the dynamic island. Remember, the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max were the first ones to get dynamic island, and it wasn't until a year later with the 15 and the 15 Plus that we got dynamic island added to that range instead. So yeah, just be aware of that. Then after this, another key change is all to do with the chipset, what's going to be inside of this phone. We've been told it's most likely going to be the A18 chip. Do remember that when a new SE phone has always come out, it's always had the most latest up-to-date chip put inside of it. And this is going to be most likely the case that we're going to be getting here, that we're going to have to get the A18 inside of it, the same one that's inside the 16 and also the 16 Plus. And the great news about this is that we will be getting, say, almost double the amount of RAM, up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then also we'll have that A18, what is a powerhouse of a chip out there. It's really, really great. And also with that, we'll also get all the Apple Intelligence goodies to go alongside this. So if you're a big fan of Apple Intelligence and you want it on a budget phone, well, this is going to be the phone for you. The other thing is that at the bottom of this phone, we're also going to get a USB-C port, and because it's going to be an A18, it does mean that the USB-C port is probably most likely going to be USB 2.0 speeds. The other thing I'd also like to throw out there, what not a lot of people talks about, is that especially if it's going to be an iPhone 14 design, most likely we're also going to get Magsafe added to an SE phone. Right now, the current SE does have wireless charging, but it doesn't actually have Magsafe, so we might actually get that added too, because obviously the chassis of the normal iPhone 14 did have this, and we've had Magsafe on all the iPhone ranges, apart from the SE, ever since the iPhone 12. So yeah, this does sound really exciting that this could be coming along. Something else what's super exciting what's coming along is the giveaway that we are doing on this channel, and it is for this right here. This here is a Mac Mini, and specifically this here is the M4 Pro 12 core version of the Mac Mini with 24 gigabytes of RAM and also 512 gigabytes of storage. And I'm actually giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of March time, and you can enter into this giveaway still right now, and that is the great news about it. All you have to do at this stage at the moment is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. This can be Apple related, or it doesn't have to be. So for example, you could be getting yourself a new Switch 2, something I'm going to get from Nintendo. It could be the PS5 Pro, it could be a DJI drone, for example. It could be anything. It could be Apple related. It could be this new iPhone 16e that's coming out, or it could be a completely different Apple product like a MacBook, for example. Just put it down into the comments below right now. And the other thing I was going to say is that there is a second part to this giveaway. What will be happening at the end of March time, there'll be a video, and in that video I'll give you details about a form, what you need to fill in too, and also I'll be telling you the details of when I'll be doing the live stream for this Mac Mini and who will be announcing who the winner is, and it will be before the end of March time this year in 2025 on this international giveaway. So the best thing I recommend you guys do is make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss out on that video and all those details. And plus you need to be a subscriber too to enter into this giveaway. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best to see right here. Please do report them. So with that, let's go over the last few details then about this new iPhone. Now, one thing I would definitely say out there is that if we are getting an iPhone 14 chassis, it means we're probably going to get an iPhone 14 battery inside of it. So battery life will definitely be better compared to the third generation iPhone SE. And then on top of that, with the A18 efficiencies, you know, that's really going to help out here, that we're going to get really, really great battery life on this phone. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the price. Now, right now, the current iPhone SE, the most budget iPhone you can get, costs $429 direct from Apple right now. Now, personally, I think because we're going to be getting this A18 chip, more RAM than usual, OLED display, you know, one of the better sort of cameras. We're not actually using like a camera from a few years ago, as it were, with this 48 megapixel. It's more than likely that Apple probably going to raise the price just a little bit on this iPhone. So it could potentially be $449, or more likely what I'm thinking, it's going to be $499 for this. Do remember that recently, say for example in Europe, that Apple have stopped selling the current iPhone SE, and they also stopped selling the iPhone 14 range, and that iPhone 14 basic model costs $599. So to actually get, say, the SE with the A18 and things like this inside of it, it's going to be more of a worthy buy to actually buy that than an iPhone 14, isn't it? So it's definitely worth dropping that model altogether and then offering, say, this new phone for $100 less with all of those great features inside of it. And this just makes a lot of sense for me. But the main thing is, like I said, we did get this leak in from Tim Cook, or I'd say this advertisement from Tim Cook, and February 19th is going to be a great day. Do not expect probably an event for this. It's probably just going to be a press release, but I am super excited, and I don't know about you, I cannot wait to get my hands on this new iPhone. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is what this new leak is all about? And if it is, are you going to be getting this new iPhone 16e or SE4, whatever we want to call it? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.